Welcome everybody to famous Sanders Theater. My name is Adrian Blake, and you are all my very, very closest friends. And I'm just going to take a little memento of the occasion here. Thank you, that will be up in the Facebook group shortly. Delighted to have you all here. Number one, because it's air conditioned, I'm not lying to you. And number two, because when people ask me what it's like to go to Harvard, I'll say the first answer is, it's Hogwarts. But the second answer is, it is a very hard place to go to school if you have to be the best, and it's a spectacular place to go to school if you like being surrounded by talented people. And so, tonight we are showing you a very small fraction of the talent that we do have in the class of 1988. It's part of the joy of going to Harvard. It is part of the pain of going to Harvard that I wasn't good enough to actually do anything other than just come up here and talk to you. So I'm done after this. But our very first act tonight is the biggest act of tonight, and it will be the loudest act tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Harvard University Alumni Jazz Band.
Basically Blues. It was written by a trombonist named Phil Wilson, who teaches at the Berkeley School of Music. We are the Harvard Alumni Jazz Band. Started about 6 or 7 years ago by Jill Altshuler, class of '87. And Jill decided that a bunch of us who played in the Harvard Jazz Band when we were in college, we should get together and dust off our horns and start playing again. So that's what we do. We rehearse about once a month, and we play concerts about 4 or 5 times a year. And we've got people from the classes of the ending in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and 2000s. So we've got almost 40 years of Harvard represented up on the stage. That's pretty cool. And that particular song featured Judy Shatkin, flown in from Chicago, class of '88, on piano. And Jeff Wu, class of '82, on tenor saxophone. And myself on trombone. So, this next song we're going to do is called Shiny Stockings. It was written by Frank Foster for the Count Basie Band, and you'll probably recognize it. Shiny Stockings. Judy Shafton again on piano. Dan Smith, class of '82, on the trumpet. So we're going to end with a song also by Phil Wilson. It's going to feature Judy again on the piano, Jeff Wu on the tenor saxophone, and I'm going to play a little bit on trombone. And the song is called It Mostly Bees That Way, Sigmund Floyd.
about that, the Harvard Alumni Jazz Band! Thank you very much. And getting back to the subject of talented people, much as I would love to be your master of ceremonies tonight, I'm not worthy because we have someone in our class who's more talented. And so may I present now for your viewing pleasure, the most listened to comedian on Sirius XM Comedy Network, and a veteran of several trips around the world to entertain our troops, Mr. James P. Connolly!
Thank you. Hey, keep it going for Adrian Blake, who put this entire presentation together. Adrian, well done. Well done, class of 1988. We find out tomorrow morning if we broke the record for attendance at a class reunion in 25. So give yourselves a big round of applause for showing up, for being loyal. Loyalty is a commodity we don't see in today's day and age. You guys are loyal to Harvard in our class. That's impressive. I don't see this. When I travel America, the closest I come to is the sports fan. That is a lifetime commitment, a psychotic commitment to something. You laugh. If you're a sports fan, you pick a team, that's your team for life. That team might suck, and you people pay top dollar to watch that team suck for yourselves. Who else budgets money to pay to be disappointed? Except maybe people raising kids. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I love comedy fans and I love seeing you guys, but one time I wish I had that type of sports loyalty for me when I hit the stage. Just one show. I want to look out there and see somebody with their face painted to look like me. Someone said, who's your comedian? You're going to say, James P. Connolly. Someone says, is he funny? You go, well, you know, maybe not this year, but next year. I hope you're laughing because you thought that was funny enough, because you know what? We should come back next year. It's going to be a good show. How do you think? Sanders Theater is so much more beautiful than I remember. This place is amazing now. It's been redone, remodeled, memorial, and a new tower since we've been here. I mean, in the basement now they have massage parlor, cockfighting, human trafficking, everything. You know what I remember about Sanders Theater? Act 10. Good old Act 10. Does anybody remember one thing they learned in Act 10? You know what I learned in Act 10? You sit in the balcony, in the back row, you can sleep for an hour. Yeah. Good old Marty might have been a brilliant economist, but to me, that man was pure white noise. That's all I have to say. I still have his lectures on my iPhone when I need to sleep when I travel. It's fantastic. Laissez-faire, lights out, baby. That's how it works. But it's been an amazing reunion experience already. Our class is so well represented. Sold Out O'Brien, Class Day speaker, class of 1988. That was amazing. She delivered what could be one of the most brilliantly ironic speeches in the history of Class Day. Her advice to the senior class, don't take advice. Let that sit with you for just a moment. Did anybody see Oprah? Oprah was here too. How about Oprah? If you're like me, weren't you just a little disappointed that there was no prize under your seat? Just a little bit? Everybody's gonna get their grad school paid for! I'm happy to come here though. You know, a lot has changed though. 25 years gone by. A lot has changed. If you thumb through the red book, you know exactly what I'm talking about. First of all, I'd like to thank personally the people that just put their name and address. Without you, that book would have weighed 742 pounds. You're so Hemingway, you people. I love what you do. Some of you people are amazing. Some of you have done so much in 25 years. Some of you have changed the world, yet defiantly have refused to change your hairstyle. I don't know how you do that. The change is imminent. We've all changed. We're in a different pocket in life right now. Women, congratulations. You are still at the back end of the cougar category. You still got it. You're still sexy. Well done, ladies. Hang on for dear life. You're still good. Still good. Men, we're moving into what I call the early Tommy Bahama Hawaiian print shirt phase. It's a brilliant idea. It's a loose-fitting garment, distracting Hawaiian print. That thing catches a breeze. You can't tell the fitness level of the man inside the shirt. That should be their motto. When your body goes to pot, let Tommy Bahama hide the spot. Life changed for me. Life changed for me very quickly when I broke my foot. That's when I knew things were getting different. And I'm not here to get anybody's sympathy. Just to give you an idea what 25 years can do to a human. Here's how I broke my foot. I'm standing in my kitchen, barefoot, and my foot just broke. It broke. It was almost like my foot instantly realized what a miserable life it leads, and then it attempted to kill itself right in front of me. And I look down and suddenly my right foot is wider than my left foot, and I'm thinking, well, there's got to be an explanation, right? Like maybe I've never paid attention. Maybe I have lived my life with a big-ass wide right foot. You know, maybe that's why when I swim, I drift in other people's lanes. So I'm going to doctor after doctor. Turns out I have a vitamin D deficiency, which means I don't absorb calcium, so my bones are now more likely to break when engaged in vigorous, manly activities like standing. I'm a stand-up comedian, and this is deadly for me right now. And I know there's doctors here. I asked my doctor, I said, how in the hell did this happen to me? And you know what he told me? Unfortunately, at this point, your guess is as good as mine. I was like, well, damn, if my guess is as good as yours, then excuse me, doctor, but apparently I've got patients to attend to right now. And they made me get the orthopedic boot, too. I had to pay hundreds of dollars to get the orthopedic boot, and I wanted the cast, because the cast is, that's nostalgia. The cast is the original Facebook. How many friends you got? 27 last count. You know what he told me? You want the boot because it is scientifically designed to simulate the normal walking motion of a human. Which is true. If the guy that modeled for the boot came in the office walking like this. You barely noticed that at all, didn't you? There's something different about him. Did he get a haircut? Nope, you'll get it. Keep your eyes on me. But you know, like you, we've all had different paths since last time we were here. I actually spent time in the Marine Corps, and no, that's... To your credit, stunned silence was the appropriate response. People are like, shouldn't you be a little more manly or remotely intimidating in some way? And my answer was always, I'm in stealth mode right now. That's what I do. Matter of fact, I went to Harvard on a Marine Corps scholarship. The Marine Corps paid for Harvard, and I served 4 years in the Marines, and I paid them back. And my friends always go, man, you know how lucky you are? You don't have that student loan debt hanging over your head. I'm like, yeah, but you know, technically my student loan shaved my head and told me I was a worthless piece of crap. So when I hear people say, oh, my student loans are killing me, my student loan actually tried to kill me. Okay. Okay, one thing I learned, though, when people find out you go to Harvard, they immediately try to impress upon me how smart they think they are. Usually what happens is in a casual conversation, they slip in something like a rhetorical question to gain the upper hand in the conversation. Rhetorical question, obviously. It's a question that doesn't need an answer. People ask it anyway because they think it makes them sound smart. It's a question that doesn't need an answer. How self-indulgent is that? Okay, for the rest of you, that was a rhetorical question. Next time somebody asks you a question that doesn't need an answer, respond with an answer to a question that you think they need to hear instead. For example, is the Pope Catholic? Actually, your breath does smell like feet. But I tell you what I did learn, and you don't have to be in the military to know this. I see this everywhere in America. I hate cliches. I will say this one time, Sanders Theater. Women love a man in uniform. I see it everywhere I go. There are women clapping right now. It is a mysterious power like gravity. It is not visible. It is tangible. Women love a man in uniform. They do, except for adult Boy Scout troop leader. That is the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I saw a troop go through the airport. I wanted to grab the kid and say, look, I don't want to scare you, but there's a grown man dressed just like you, attempting to blend in with you right now. Your motto's be prepared. That's the guy we're talking about right there. But you know, every now and then I'm game for a little heavy conversation with someone. And the other day I'm in a little debate with my neighbor about guns. He says to me, he's afraid, he decides he needs to get a gun to defend his home. I was in the Marine Corps. I shocked him and said, I don't think you need a gun to defend your home. Not known as the United States of America, right? Second Amendment, everybody has the right to bear arms, correct? Second Amendment, everybody has the right to bear arms. But really, everybody? I mean, come on, look around this theater. Not everybody. I think Second Amendment should be everybody has the right to bear arms. I just think Amendment 2A should be unless we have a really creepy gut feeling about you. If you think everybody has the right to bear arms, that's like saying all men are created equal. If I commit a crime, I'm entitled to a jury of my peers. I've been to jury duty. Those are not my people. The problem is this. I think most men, unfortunately, think the gun is going to make them into an action hero in the middle of the night. Do you really believe when your life is on the line and the moment of truth strikes, you're going to get up at 2 a.m. in your underwear and shoot down the hallway with your witty little movie phrase? You go, buenos noches, champion. I don't own a gun. If somebody breaks into my house and I hear, that's my spine and sphincter saying goodbye to each other. Now, for the record, I'm not anti-gun. I'm just pro-baseball bat. That's how I roll. Baseball bat. Hell yes, baseball bat. You use a baseball bat? Where do you keep your baseball bat? Right next to the door? Mine's under the bed. Expect you drop down like a ninja. Or flip out of bed in a panic, they'll never know the difference. Good move. Baseball bat could be the perfect home defense weapon because guess what? Any idiot in this theater can swing a baseball bat because you don't have to be baseball good to defend your home, do you? No, you just have to be pinata good is all you have to be. As a matter of fact, the bigger spaz you are, the deadlier you appear to the intruder. A gun is a dangerous weapon. You can handle a gun and accidentally shoot yourself, but no one has ever cleaned a baseball bat and accidentally beat themselves to death. And if that does happen, that's an acceptable loss. I'm sorry. I will volunteer to give the eulogy at that man's funeral. Dearly beloved, I think we all saw this one coming a mile away. All right, you guys have been a lot of fun. My name is James P. Kiley. Well done, Class of '88. Thank you very much. It is now my pleasure to bring some seriously talented people to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, on the first and final stop of their 25th reunion tour, the Crocodillos, yeah!
And I'm Misha. And we're the Harvard Crocodillos. You know, the Crocodillos, like the university that bears our name, has had a host of legal issues over the last 25 years.
And as a result, our lawyers have advised us that prior to every appearance, we're now required to read the following disclaimer. Many people who have listened to the Crocodillos have experienced spontaneous toe-tapping, finger-snapping, and an overall improvement in self-satisfaction.
Of course, the Harvard Crocodillos are not for everyone. In rare cases, listening to the Crocodillos has been associated with heightened thoughts of suicide. If you have these thoughts, please stop listening to the Crocodillos immediately and seek medical attention.
Other side effects may include dry mouth, yellowing of the skin, joint pain, and explosive diarrhea. Do not listen to the Crocodillos if you are pregnant, plan to become pregnant, or hope to have a chance to make somebody pregnant later tonight.
Some listeners to the Crocodillos experience unusual swelling of the ears that can lead to bleeding, hallucination, or even death. If you notice this rare but treatable side effect this evening, you're probably just out of luck.
If after listening to the Crocodillos you experience an erection lasting for more than 4 hours, please do contact your physician.
Or alternatively, contact Paul Sherman. There's a few boots and you walk on down, there's a knockdown shack on the edge of town, there's a big comedy just won't quit, people walking easy, blue lights fall in there, can you dig them sights down at the house of blue lights? Well, there's fryers, broilers, Detroit barbecue ribs, fighting the tree to the train, hey, it's when they're kicking out 5 lace up your boots and you walk on down to a knockdown shack on the edge of town. There's a big dude on the list, just won't wet it. People walking to your seat, people blue light, but falling there. Can you dig them sights down at the house of blue lights? Doobie-da-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, boy, doobie-da-doo-doo-doo-doo, hi, hi, hi. Boy, 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 God, you buddy, buddy, buddy. Down to an knockdown shack on the edge of town. There's a big people coming there that just won't wait. People walking to the sea, the blue light let fall in there. Can you dig them sights down at the house? The house of blue lights. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Be sure to spend your nights down at the house of blue lights.
Believe it or not, this handsome lawyer, Kevin Waddles, he used to have terrible luck with women back in 1988. He still does, but he used to too. But tonight, Kevin was struck by the most beautiful girl he's ever seen. She quickly apologized, and so he'd like to sing a song for her if that would be okay.
What's your name? Have I seen you before? What's your name? Can I walk you to your door? It's so hard to find a personality with charms like these from you. What's your name? What's your name? Is it Mary or Sue? What's your name? Do I stand a chance with you? It's so hard to find a personality with charms like yours for me. I stand on the corner, just hoping for you to come round, so my heart can be satisfied. So please let me be your number one. Under the moon, under the stars, and under the sun. Oh, what's your name? What's your name? It's so hard to find a personality with charms like yours for me. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
Diane.
And it was sweet in
As I walk along, I wonder what went wrong with our love, a love that was so strong. And as I still walk on, I think of the things we've done together, while our hearts were young. I'm walking in the rain, tears are falling and I feel the pain, wishing you were here by me to end this misery. And I wonder, why she ran away, and I wonder where she will stay, my little runaway. Run, 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 run away. I'm walking in the rain, tears are falling and I feel the pain, wishing you were here by me to end this misery. And I wonder, oh, why she ran away, and I wonder where she will stay, my little runaway. Run, 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 run away. Oh, run, 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 run away. Run, 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 run away. Run away. Let's take a boat to Bermuda. Let's take a train to St. Paul. Let's take a kayak to Quincy or Naya. Let's get away from it all. Let's take a trip in a trailer. No need to come back at all. Let's take a powder to Boston for chowder. Let's get away from it all. We'll travel round from town to town. We'll visit every state. I'll repeat, I love you, sweet, in all 48. Let's go.
Now, as you know, it's been a big year for Harvard in the news. One of the biggest things that rocked Harvard this year was a cheating scandal. Cheating at Harvard. As Harvard calls it, though, inappropriate collaboration. How does that even work? Are you looking over my shoulder? No, we're just collaborating right now. The class that we're caught cheating in, Government 1310, Intro to Congress. Students who were caught cheating were forced to withdraw from the university. The students who refused to cheat are now ineligible to run for Congress. All right, you guys, we have more talent. How about we give a big round of applause for another group of peppy, talented singing men. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gin and Tonics.
Trousers dragging, slowly dragging through the street. Yes, I'm walking, but I'm walking without feet. I'm not finding fault at all with what's too big or what's too small. But Sam, you promised me both ends would meet. You made the coat and vest look the best. You made the liner nice and strong, but Sam, you made the pants too long. You made the pants too long. You made the cheap lapel look so swell. Who am I to say you're wrong? But Sam, you made the pants too long. Much too long. Well, you made the belt and you made suspenders. So what can I lose? What good's a belt? What good are suspenders? When the pants are hanging over the shoes, you feel the winter's breeze up and down your knees. The belt is where the tie belongs. 'Cause Sam, you made the pants too long. Strong, but Sam, long bed, much too long, cheap lapel, it looks so swell. Who am I to say you're wrong? But Sam, my man, you made the pants too long, just too long. You made the belt and you made suspenders. So what can you lose? What good's a belt? What good are suspenders? When pants are hanging over the shoes, you feel the winter's breeze up and down your knees. The belt is where the tie belongs. 'Cause Sam, my good friend Sam, you made the pants too long.
Some mutated version of the Gin and Tonics. We wanted to ask, before you judge us too harshly, I'd like you to consider this year's class gift, that giant $115 million gift. Most of that is us.
Walk down that lonesome road all by yourself. trees. If I had stopped to listen once or twice, if I had closed my mouth and opened my eyes, if I had cooled my head and warmed my heart, I'd not be on this road tonight. Carry on, carry on. It doesn't save you from your troubled mind. Walk down that lonesome road all by yourself. Don't turn your head back over your shoulder, and only stop to rest yourself when the silver moon is shining high above the trees.
Wow, a lot of folks here. Was it free? This is our signature song, Shaboom, which we start now. And this is the time when we invite alums to come up and sing with us. I think we may have scraped everybody we could to come up. If there is anybody out there who's an alum, you're welcome. If you were here today in Cambridge and you weren't with us in the basement of this building trying to extract these songs from our calcified heads, you can still come up. Hello, ding dong, shalang-a-lang-a-lang, ga-da-bum, ba-doo, shaboom, oh pretty baby, life could be a dream. If only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Well, life could be a dream if you would only spend my whole life loving you. You do. Whole life loving you, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Well, every time I look at you, something is on my mind. If you do what I want you to, baby, we'd be so fine. Life would be a dream if you would let me spend my whole life loving you. I didn't sing this song as an undergraduate. Well, every time I look at you, something is on my mind. If you do what I want you to, baby, we'd be so fine. Life would be a dream if I could take you up to paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life would be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again, shaboom, it's something we meet again. Hello, ding dong, shaboom, 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 oh pretty baby, life would be a dream, life would be a dream, sweetheart.
One more time for the Gin and Tonics! Outstanding. All right, as you all know, the class survey results will be coming out pretty soon. Those who participated, great. I've learned a couple of things about us. Apparently, most of us think we're overweight and don't have enough sex. So if you see a chubby, depressed person walking around the yard, that's the class of 1988. The senior survey of the current class, much different. 13% of the seniors this year said they've had sex in Widener Library. Or as Harvard calls it, inappropriate collaboration. All right, the show must go on. Allow me now to bring to the stage a very talented, lovely lady, Karen Levine, being accompanied by John Axelrod on piano.
This one. I'm not very good at decisions. Sure. Is this okay? Okay, great. Hello. Thank you. Terrific. So this is what it's like to be Michael Sandel. Perhaps there's a woman who's been invited to sing at her reunion, and she doesn't know what to sing, and she's very indecisive. Okay, it's not an ethical dilemma, but it was a dilemma, okay? I couldn't decide what to sing. So every day I had a different song that I thought I was going to sing. Finally, a friend invited me to see a performer at Lincoln Center, and I said, okay, this is it. I'll go see, I'll choose one. The very first song was called I Happen to Like New York, and it was from one of my shows. But why would I sing that here? So, okay, forget that. The last song was a beautiful song that was from another one of my shows. Okay. But in the middle, she sang one that was already on my short list, and the audience loved it. So that was it. And that's what I'm going to sing. This is for people who went to the single mingle today. Maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time he'll stay. Maybe this time, for the first time, love won't hurry away. He will hold me fast. I'll be home at last. Not a loser anymore, like the last time and the time before. Everybody loves a winner, so nobody loved me. Lady peaceful, lady happy, that's what I long to be. All the odds are in my favor. Something's bound to begin.
So 29 years ago, oh my gosh, 29 years ago, if you all of you remember, in Union Hall, we had this talent show, remember? And I kind of came in and I sat down and I played the piano. It was this upright piano. I remember that well. And I did Rick Wakeman's 6 Wives of Henry VIII. If you know the band Yes, he was a keyboard player from Yes. Anyway, so I played this piece and I remember it well because the piano was like shaking back and forth as I played. Anyway, this Steinway's a little bit sturdier, so I don't think it's going to shake. But I'm going to try to remember, I don't know if you remember, but I'm going to try to remember the piece I played 30 years ago. It seemed just like yesterday. What was it that James was saying about we haven't changed much except for our hair? That was fun. I haven't played that in 30 years, so I was surprised I could ever actually remember. But there's another piece that I remember even longer ago, and that is Summertime from George Gershwin's Porgy and Bess. And I'd like to invite two people to come and join us for our finale. The first is my girlfriend, Rochelle Colidalba, who is a violinist, and you can actually, if you want to hear it, you can hear it on record or see it on YouTube or whatever. And we do Summertime, and then the one, the only, our favorite, Fiona. Our girl Fiona, Fiona Anderson Blair will come and sing Summertime with us. Oh, and we have to say, excuse me, thank you to Bob Childs Violins for providing the violin.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Fiona. John Axelrod. Rochelle, thank you so much. Let's get our other talented people up here right now as well. Let's get some crocodillos and some gin and tonics. Karen Levine, if we can get up there right now. All the keep it going, everybody. Let's get all the talent back on stage. The Alumni Jazz Band. Everybody back up here. Let's get them all up here. Go, class of 1988. I know they're old. Give them the energy they need. Here they come. More, more, more. I think we got everybody. Karen Levine. All right, everybody. One last time for the class of 1988. Take a bow, everybody. Take a bow.
Oh, absolutely. And give it up, ladies and gentlemen, one last time for our MC, Mr. James P. Connolly.